Greetings once again, my friends, my fellow modelers, my fellow lovers of everything interesting. I've got another little video for you guys today. It's going to be fun. I try to find a lot of fun models and vintage ones as well. Well, today I got a pretty fun model, and it's going to go back to one of my favorite childhood characters. Nope, it's not going to be anyone from Star Trek or Space 1999 or anything like that. No, today I want to go back and talk about Godzilla. Now, I've loved Godzilla ever since I first seen him. I think my favorite Godzilla film is probably Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, or Ghidorah. That's a really fun movie. As of all the Godzilla movies are pretty fun. They did release newer movies with the new Godzilla, but I'm kind of partial to the old one from the 60s. But what I want to show you guys today is actually a model kit, and it's featuring Godzilla. It's featuring Godzilla, but you don't really have to make Godzilla, and I'll explain to you as we go along. This is going to be an MPC kit, and at one time it was a vintage kit, and I'll get into that the more I talk about it. But this is going to be Godzilla, and this is MPC Godzilla, Planetary Defense Vehicle, Willys MB Jeep, as featured in Invasion of the ASTRO-MONSTER. This is 1/25 scale plastic assembly kit, and on the front of the box you can see the army guys getting ready to fire at Godzilla with the Jeep, and he's approaching the power lines. Looking at the box, the cover, you got that beautiful box art on the front. When you look over to the side, it gives you some more information about the model as well as the movie. In the kaiju classic Invasion of the Astro-Monster, Godzilla, Rodan, and the infamous King Ghidorah are used as pawns by the cunning alien Kleans in their plan to invade Earth. Therefore, Earth's valiant defenders must marshal forces to contain the carnage as their scientists find a way to release the creatures from their thrall. It is the only way to thwart the alien plot and allow Godzilla and Rodan to vanquish the terrifying King Ghidorah. And it shows you the side of the box. You can see the army, the line of army jeeps getting ready to do battle, and Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. I love Monster Zero, and it's kind of the same monster with the three heads. And I also am very fond of Rodan, but of all the monsters, Godzilla is my favorite. And that's on one side of the box. And when you look over to the other side of the box, it gives a little bit more information on the model kit itself. And you can see it has many options to choose from. Military version or the Surrey version. And if that looks familiar, it should, because those of you that follow my channel, I had recently done a model kit of the Hogan's Heroes Willys Jeep. And this is the same mold. Matter of fact, it's the same illustrations, where you could build it as the military Jeep or the Surrey version of the Jeep. I'll actually put the link in the description if you guys want to see that one as well. And this includes the monstrous full color backdrop, over 10 inches tall, plus 250 millimeter DeHalt. Okay, so that's in a different language. Looking over to the right, we have featuring many authentically detailed optional military and civilian parts. And that's obviously the civilian parts will be for the Surrey version. And on the bottom, we got round 2, and it gives the address. You can see the backdrop that it comes with. We have the power line that's actually going to be built out of the cardboard, where you punch out, just like the Godzilla, and then you have the mountain in the background. And this is a really, really fun model kit. The ends of the box are pretty basic. It's the again, it's the picture of what's on the cover and MPC. And when you look on the back of the box, it actually has a parts list, and you can take a look and see what's inside the box. And you can see the parts tree. And incidentally, this is all going to be molded in green plastic. So you have the green molded plastic, and then you have the chrome parts. And the instructions, well, we'll get into that, but they tell you to paint the chrome parts flat black if you want to do the military vehicle. And it has the vinyl tires, and the clear parts are the headlights, the taillights, and the windshield. And we've got the decals, and we've got the star and the circle that's going to go on the hood. So basically, when you go inside the box, you can see all the parts. They're molded in green. And I think we're going to go over the instructions in a minute. And you can see the backdrops are folded. When you take them out of the box, you can see we got the Godzilla, and we have one of the towers, and that one, all you do is punch that one out. And then on the other sheet, we have the background with the mountain, and we actually have a tower that we got to put together. And the way it's going to be presented, the mountain is going to go in the back, and the tower that we just punched out is going to go a little bit to the left. And then we'll have Godzilla in front of that, and then we'll have the one that we just put together, or the one that goes together in front of Godzilla. And on the bottom, we'll put the Army Jeep. So this is going to be really fun. I love these kind of builds. MPC round 2 is just great, how they brought all that stuff back. And the instructions, by the way, they're printed on the fold-out cardboard inserts. So the backdrop is pretty fun. This is going to be a fun little kit to do. And again, the Jeep is really been around. That model kit has been re-released in several different forms. And the version that I had shown you guys was from the Hogan's Heroes model kit. So I think we're going to go over the instructions. Okay, the instructions. This is for M785-200. And this is Godzilla, the Planetary Defense Jeep, as featured in Invasion of the ASTRO-MONSTER. Again, this is in 1/25 scale, and it's a plastic assembly kit. Before you begin building, look over the instructions carefully, following the procedure given. Test fit the parts together without cementing. This way, you'll be more familiar with the location of the parts when it becomes time to use cement. For removing the small parts from the runners, it is best to use a modeler's knife. Do not attempt to twist them off. The highest quality styrene plastic goes into the making of each MPC model. Only paint and cement for styrene should be used. Before joining parts, trim off the excess plastic or flash. To join the parts, use cement sparingly. Apply cement to small parts with a toothpick. You should have no trouble assembling your kit if the instructions are followed properly. And you can see the illustration, and the guys are getting ready to fire on Godzilla, coming for them. Step 1, we got the assembly instructions, and it looks like we're putting the block of the engine together. This is the flathead, and I believe this is 4-cylinder. And use the single carburetor system for the military version, and it shows you the option. So going on to step 2, so you got the leaf springs that are going on to the axle, and that's being put onto the chassis. Moving on to step 3, you can see the back chassis that's going on. We got the leaf springs, and we have the motor, and is that the catalytic converter going on? I'm not sure if they had those back then. But moving on to step 4, we got the vinyl tires. You can see the different versions that we're going to use for the military or the non-military version of the Jeep. And you can see the parts that you don't cement, because the Jeep is going to be able to be rolled freely. Step 5, you can see the engine is going to go into the chassis, and it looks like couple of motor mounts that are going to go in, and cement the exhaust pipe to the tailpipe as shown, and locate opposite end to exhaust manifold on the engine. And you can see the wheels or the tires are going to go on. Step 6, it looks like we're putting in the seats into the body of the Jeep. And this is what we'll do. We'll do some of the painting first when we do ours before we put in the seats and things like that, so we can get the detail on the floor. Step 7, we got the dashboard, and you can see the gear shift, the floor pedals, and looks like the battery is going in. When locating a cowl to body, make sure the firewall panels are located to the slot. And I wonder if this is solid plastic, so unfortunately we won't be able to light it up. But we can still have a little bit of fun. Maybe we'll light up the headlights. That'd be pretty fun. Step 8, you can see the windshield, the clear part that's going to go into part 31. And you can see how it says do not cement. That way there we'll be able to fold the windshield down and bring them back up, just like they actually were able to do. You can see the grill that's going to go on in front of the fan and the water pump. And we have the steering column. Locate the steering column through the hole in the dashboard to the hole in the firewall. Moving on to step 9, you can see we're going to put the hood on. I don't believe we're going to glue that because we want to be able to open it up to see the engine. Let's see, I don't see any hinges or anything, so maybe it's just going to be held on. You can see the clear parts for the headlights going in, and you can see the shovel and the axe for the military. We've got some handles going on, as well as the rear view mirrors. Now, later on, it will show you the option, because the rear view mirrors are totally different for the civilian version, and it's got that kind of like a roof. And again, in the Hogan's Heroes version, it tells you that all the chrome parts for the military Jeep should be painted flat black. Moving on to step 10, looks like a gas can as well. And you have the trailer hitch that can go on in the back, and different options. So moving on to step 11, you can see this is where the gun is going to come into play, and we have the option of the 50 caliber machine gun, more like the World War II. And we also have the option for, it looks like, a cannon that they had used to fight the monsters in the film. You may choose to use the 50 caliber machine gun for the light version, or the 105 caliber recoils rifle for the heavy armed version, or just build the stock command version with radio and antenna. The accessories are optional. Moving on to step 12 is the decal placement. Now, there's really not that many decals to put on. For the planetary defense option, you can see that looks like the license plate, the star. A backer for this emblem can be made from a sheet of styrene not included, or use an unused part. And the U.S. Army option, you can see both sides where the star is going to go on the back, and the large star around in a circle that's going to go on the hood, and the numbers that are going to go on in different parts of the vehicle. Step 13, it shows you the optional for the civilian, the Surrey Jeep, and you can see all the different things. All the way to the right, you can see the tailgate, different parts. The hinges are going to go on so you can open and close it. You can see the special mirrors that I was telling you guys about, as well as the roof. And again, the hood's going to go on, and we're not to glue that in place, and just different parts. And it's really quite a different vehicle. So I love how they give you the option to do the different Jeeps. And again, this is in green plastic. So this should be a really fun kit to make. Again, we can do the Surrey version. We can do the military version, and includes the backdrop, and we have Godzilla, and he looks angry, and he's coming. You see the beautiful mountain in the background, and we have the lighting tower. Not the lighting tower, but they're probably phone or electricity towers. I think what we're going to do on ours is I'm actually going to put string or like a rigging type of material, and we're going to actually put the wires up. And maybe he'll be touching a wire, maybe there'll be a zap. But the beauty of these kits is we can have so much fun with these kits. And the way the Jeep goes together, again, this model has been around. It's been released several times, and we can do a really fun job with this. Those of you that follow my channel, you know I love lighting my models. So I got to figure out a way to light this. Maybe we can do the headlights and the taillights, or maybe we can have a spotlight on the Jeep shining up on Godzilla. So my friends, this was the Godzilla MPC Willys MB Jeep, and this is from Invasion of the ASTRO-MONSTER. Again, you guys should check it out if you're not familiar with Godzilla. And some of you guys may know Godzilla, the recent releases, and have never seen the ones from the 60s. The one from the 60s, I'm partial to. I like the way he looks. I think he does a lot of funny things. He's got like a personality that, in my opinion, the newer ones don't have. But anyway, my friends, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Again, I'm always on the lookout for fun kits. And until my next fun kit that I want to show you guys, I'll talk to you really soon.